According to a report from the National Institute on Aging, over 50% of men over the age of 60 experience a decline in vitality without even realizing it. They simply feel as if they are slowly fading away with time. You might be going through the same thing, waking up each morning with a tired body, a foggy mind, and a vague sense that something important is slipping away, though you cannot quite name what it is. This doesn't just drain your energy, it also creates a quiet disconnection between you and your own body. But today, I want you to know there is a remarkably simple solution, and it starts with a tiny spice, quietly sitting in the corner of your kitchen. It's not a medication. It's not an expensive supplement. It's a gift from nature, once used by ancient warriors before heading into battle, and now backed by modern science for its ability to support circulation, sleep, and energy in later life. If you are over 60, please read this article until the end. It could change the way you care for your health every single day. What country are you watching from? Leave a comment below. I always read every message from you. Robert is a 67-year-old man living in Ohio. The day he walked into my clinic, there was a quiet heaviness in his eyes. After a few minutes of conversation, he slowly said, "Doctor, I don't feel like myself anymore." That sentence wasn't about any specific illness. It spoke of a quiet sorrow that many men over 60 silently carry in their hearts, a sense of disconnection from their own body, a loss of the inner energy that once made them feel strong, steady, and confident. The truth is, Robert is not alone. Thousands of men over 60 feel the same, but keep it hidden. Most people assume this is just a normal part of aging, but science tells a different story. According to a report by the American Urological Association, the real root cause of this condition is the gradual decline of the microcirculation system. Specifically, the tiny capillaries that carry blood to sensitive areas and key organs involved in male vitality. These blood vessels, which are no thicker than a strand of hair, are highly vulnerable to long-term stress. Nutrient-poor diets, sedentary lifestyles, and even low-grade chronic inflammation that often goes unnoticed. When these capillaries slowly narrow and stiffen, blood flow becomes restricted, and the body begins to fall asleep in the very places that once held life and energy. What's important to understand is that this doesn't happen overnight. It comes on slowly, little by little, like a flame quietly fading because no one is feeding it anymore. Each tired morning, each restless night, each moment of emotional distance from your partner. These are all signs that your body is calling you back. The good news is this change is not permanent because your body, even after 60, still holds the natural blueprint for recovery. It is simply waiting for the right signal, a small activation to unlock the flow of vitality once again. And that signal comes from something you'd never expect. When I first started searching for a natural way to support male vitality after 60, I never imagined the answer would come from something so familiar: clove. In most American kitchens, clove only appears during special occasions like Thanksgiving or Christmas. Its warm aroma drifting by like a distant memory. But hidden inside that small flower bud is a powerful compound called eugenol, something that can reopen the door to vitality that time has quietly shut. Eugenol is a natural compound known for its vasodilating properties. In simple terms, it helps blood vessels, especially the tiny capillaries that tend to harden with age, relax and widen again. And when these vessels reopen, the flow of blood is restored to areas of the body that have been silently forgotten. But what makes eugenol special is not just the biology behind it. It is the feeling that comes with it. Many of my patients describe that, after just a few days of using it correctly, they begin to feel a gentle warmth spreading toward their lower abdomen. Not harsh, not sudden, but gradually, like a stream awakening after a long winter. It is not magic. It is the return of circulation. It is the body's way of saying, I am coming back to life. What's fascinating is that ancient systems of medicine, such as Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, have used cloves in male vitality remedies for thousands of years. And now, modern science is catching up with that ancient wisdom. A study published in the Journal of Urology found that eugenol can significantly improve peripheral blood flow, especially in older men. So, if a tiny flower bud can do all that, would you be willing to give your body a second chance? When people first hear about the benefits of cloves, many rush to buy clove powder or essential oil and start using it right away. But often, the results fall short. One of my patients, Mr. Harold, 73 years old, added ground clove to his tea every morning for 2 weeks, yet noticed no improvement. The reason was simple. Using it the wrong way renders it almost ineffective. Clove is not like a capsule or a powdered herb. It is a dried flower bud packed with potent essential oils that only work at their best when you awaken them properly. The most effective method is to chew whole dried cloves directly, using a simple 60-second technique that delivers deep and noticeable results. First, take 2 to 3 whole, uncoated, unground clove buds. Place them on your molars and bite down gently until you hear them crack. That is the moment the essential oils begin to release. During the first 30 seconds, do not chew aggressively. Let the oils dissolve slowly in your mouth, absorb through the mucosal lining, and enter the bloodstream almost instantly. This is what I call the silent absorption phase, where the benefits quietly begin to take effect. Next, for the remaining 30 seconds, chew slowly and mindfully, as if you were savoring the taste of a quiet morning. Once you've experienced the full flavor spreading through your mouth, you may either swallow the clove remnants or spit them out. Either way, your body has already absorbed what it truly needs. It takes just 1 minute a day. No pills, no doctor visits, just a tiny flower bud and a quiet moment of care. And that may be the start of a gentle, lasting journey back to vitality. It's not just how you use clove that matters. When you use it also plays a critical role in restoring male vitality in later life. The human body is a finely tuned biological clock. With each passing hour, hormones shift, the nervous system changes gears, and blood circulation adjusts its rhythm. If you choose the right moment when the body is most receptive, the benefits of clove can multiply significantly. I still remember my patient, Gerald, age 69. He was very committed to the instructions, chewing 2 clove buds every day. But after nearly 10 days, he still felt no difference. When I asked him what time he usually took it, he replied, after lunch or before brushing my teeth at night. That one detail explained everything. I advised him to change the timing, and take it about 1 hour before bedtime. Just a week later, he called me with a voice full of energy, saying, "I slept so deeply and woke up feeling light in my head. It's a strange feeling, doctor, like I've come back to life. In fact, before bedtime is the golden hour. This is when the nervous system begins to enter a restful state. Blood pressure stabilizes, and the endocrine glands, especially those related to male hormones, start their natural repair cycle. Eugenol and beta-caryophyllene, two key compounds in clove, when absorbed at this time, help calm the nerves, enhance blood circulation, and support hormone production naturally and gently. A second effective time is early in the morning on an empty stomach. At this point, the circulatory system is not yet influenced by food or stress, allowing the body to absorb the active compounds more efficiently. Some people also chew cloves before a walk or light exercise, using it as a natural way to switch on their body for a more energized and fulfilling day. If there is one silent factor that slowly drains male vitality after the age of 60, without most people realizing it, it is chronic stress. You may not always feel like you are stressed, but worries about children and grandchildren, health issues, finances, or even the quiet loneliness of retirement, all of these can accumulate into a hidden pressure that slowly throws your hormonal system out of balance. One of my patients, Mr. Don, age 66, had perfectly normal hormone test results. Yet, he constantly felt tired, unmotivated, and disconnected from life. After a deeper conversation, I discovered that he was carrying an emotional burden, caring for a chronically ill wife, facing ongoing worries with no clear end in sight. This emotional exhaustion was the real reason his vitality had faded. From a biological standpoint, when you are under long-term stress, your body produces a hormone called cortisol. This is your survival hormone, helping you deal with stress. But cortisol and male hormones operate in opposing systems. When cortisol goes up, testosterone naturally goes down. The result is a quiet disconnection of male function. Even when there are no obvious signs of illness, this is where clove offers a lesser-known benefit. In addition to eugenol, clove also contains beta-caryophyllene, a compound known to interact with neural receptors that promote relaxation and emotional balance. Many people who use clove describe a sense of mental lightness, calm, and natural ease. It's not drowsiness or dullness. It's the feeling of being freed from inner pressure. And only when your body feels safe and calm will it allow your hormonal system to return to its natural rhythm. Sleep is not just a time for rest. For men over 60, it is the golden window during which the body's age-related hormone systems are rebuilt and restored. Yet, many people fall into a state of what I call sleep without rest, sleeping through the night, but still waking up tired, sluggish, and mentally foggy, as if the brain and body were never recharged. I still remember Mr. Franklin, 72 years old, who came to my clinic with dark circles under his eyes and a weary smile. He said, "I sleep 7 hours a night but never feel truly awake." After asking a few more questions, I learned that he woke up multiple times throughout the night, sometimes even at 3 a.m., and couldn't fall back asleep. This disrupted his body's natural hormone production, leading to low mood, poor memory, and a fading interest in life. Why is sleep so important? Because 90% of male hormone production occurs at night, especially during deep, non-dream sleep. When that sleep is fragmented, hormone output drops, and when hormone levels fall, the body slowly begins to lose its natural spark. Once again, clove becomes a powerful bridge between restful sleep and lasting vitality, thanks to eugenol's gentle vasodilating effect and beta-caryophyllane's calming influence on the nervous system. Many people who chew clove before bedtime report sleeping more deeply, waking up less often, and feeling lighter and clearer in the morning. No need for sleeping pills, no need to change your biological clock. Just one quiet minute with a single clove, and you've given your body the perfect conditions to begin healing itself from within. Throughout my years working with older men, I've noticed one often overlooked factor that deeply affects male vitality: oral health, especially gum inflammation. It may seem unrelated, but in truth, chronic gum disease can quietly block microcirculation and disrupt hormone function without you even realizing it. I remember a patient named Carl, age 70, who complained that he had tried many things, yet still felt tired, low in energy, and emotionally unmotivated. During a routine checkup, I asked him about his dental hygiene. He shared that his gums bled every time he brushed his teeth. That one detail was the missing link. Numerous studies, including reports from the National Institute on Aging (NIH), show that bacteria from gum disease can enter the bloodstream, triggering a systemic inflammatory response. This is especially dangerous for the tiny capillaries that supply blood to the organs involved in male vitality, areas that are already delicate and easily affected in older adults. The good news is that clove contains eugenol, a powerful natural antiseptic that can kill harmful oral bacteria, reduce gum swelling, and soothe inflammation. When chewed properly, clove's essential oils not only enter the bloodstream but also help cleanse the mouth, allowing blood to flow more freely to all parts of the body, including the urinary tract and prostate area. You may have never considered this before, but caring for your gums simply and consistently can become an unexpected gateway to restoring male vitality. One of the reasons I love the natural approach with clove is the way the body responds, gently yet clearly. It doesn't act suddenly or create a shock effect like medication. Instead, it feels like a warm current slowly spreading from within, allowing you to feel yourself come back to life. Little by little, during the first 7 days, most people who use clove correctly begin to notice subtle changes. This may include deeper sleep, fewer nighttime awakenings, or simply waking up in the morning with less heaviness in the body. Some even report a mild warmth in the lower abdomen, as if circulation is quietly returning to areas long forgotten. By day 14, the internal signals become more noticeable. You may find your thoughts clearer, your mood lighter, and your natural energy starting to rise, not loudly, but steadily. Several men have told me, "I feel like myself again," not because of muscles or appearance, but because that feeling of being connected to their own body had returned. After day 30, this is when the deeper transformation sets in. Blood circulation stabilizes, sleep becomes more consistent, and a sense of calm, relaxation, and life energy begins to feel natural again, no longer something rare or difficult to reach. You are no longer chasing youth. Instead, you are rebuilding a steady foundation of vitality for your later years. And it all begins with just 1 minute a day and a single clove bud, enough to awaken the quiet strength already living inside you. If you've read this far, chances are you're like thousands of other men over 60, quietly wondering what has happened to you. Maybe you've felt weaker. Maybe you've stopped feeling like the strong man you once were. But let me say this from the bottom of my heart, you are not weak. You are not lost. You have simply lost touch, temporarily, with your own body. Your body has not forgotten what it once had. The blood that used to flow freely, the hormones that once moved in rhythm, the confidence that once filled your presence, it's all still there. It has only been hidden beneath years of stress, restless nights, poor circulation, and silent inflammation that no one ever warned you about. But here's the good news. Everything can be reawakened. You don't need expensive solutions. You don't have to rely on risky promises. All you need is to begin with something small, a clove bud, 1 minute a day, one mindful, consistent act. Clove is more than a spice. It is a symbol of renewal, a reminder that with the right catalyst, at the right time, your body knows how to come back to life. Don't wait until fatigue becomes your new normal. Start today, right now. Buy a small jar of whole cloves and place it where you'll see it every day in your kitchen. And if you found this article helpful, please share it with your family, friends, and especially those quietly stepping into old age. Leave a comment with where you're from, how old you are, and what part of this message inspired you to start again. Your body has never given up on you. It has only been waiting for a signal. And now, you've found it.